Hi guys, and welcome to another video. In this video we'll learn all about guides, grids and rulers. So let's get started. The guides and rulers are there to help us to lay out the objects, to align them, to put all the objects within an area, etc. So let's see how it all works. Okay, so I've got my Illustrator open already and with no rulers and no guides. To enable the rulers or guides, you can press the shortcut keyboard Control R or Command R for a Mac and you'll see these rulers appear. Or you can go under View, Rulers, Show Rulers or Hide Rulers. Essentially your rulers will be the default number that you started up your Illustrator. You can always change the number. Left click over there and you'll get other measurements. Or you can go to Edit Preferences and you can go to Units, and a Mac will be under Illustrator Preferences, then Units, and you can change the units under there. That will be for the whole Illustrator whenever you open the document. Otherwise, if you want to just change the measurements on this specific document, then you can go on your Properties panel on the side. If you don't have it, you can always go to Windows and Properties and choose Document Setup. So there you've got units, millimeters. You can choose anything you want. I'll change it only for this specific document. In the meantime, I'll keep it in millimeters. Fine. Now you can see this ruler is starting at 0 and 0 over here as well. You can always change the starting point if you want to start from that point or down there. If I want to change a starting point, let's say I want to get it in the middle of the document, so you pull on this top left corner, you pull, you see this cross, and you place it say in the middle and leave go. You'll see it will start from 0 and below on the left side will go to minus and the right side will go plus, and that's how you change it. And also you can change just as well, you can make it in the center of the artboard and it will start 0 there as well. To reset it all, just double click there on the top left corner and it will reset to 0 from the start of my artboard. Now say I've got a few artboards. Let's just open a new document. I'm pressing shortcut Control N and I'm choosing here, let's make it 3 artboards. Create, and my rulers are gone, so we do Control Command R. Now you see this starts from 0. As you can see, this starts from 0 here on all my artboards. If you want to change that, a new ruler will start from here, so each time when you click on this artboard or this one, then it will start from 0 once again. Then you go to View, Rulers, change to artboard rulers. I'll change that each artboard when I press on it, so it starts from 0 on this one, and when I press on this one it will start from 0 0 on the top one, and once again 0 0 on this one as well. That's called artboard rulers. To change it back to global rulers that will go on throughout the whole workspace, you go back to View, Rulers, and change to global rulers, or you can use the shortcut there. There is another ruler option, that's video rulers. I don't know how much you'll use it. It's if you're doing animations and those stuff, you can use these video rulers. I'm just going to disable them. I'm going to go back to my old document for now. So to use a ruler, you just pull from the top panel, the top ruler or the left ruler. You just click anywhere and pull a guide out. As you can see, I'm just pulling it down and you leave go wherever you want. You can pull this way, you can pull out. You can hold down shift while you pull down a ruler and then you'll get it will snap to the every millimeter, so it wouldn't allow me to do like between there, will just snap to it. You can see if you're using inches or other measurements, you'll probably see it better. You can also hold down Alt if you want to just swap it there to a vertical, then you just hold down Alt, that'll change it. Or otherwise, same thing with this side, if I'm pulling from there, then you hold down Alt and I'll change it to a horizontal. in case you got the wrong one. Fine. To delete a ruler, you just select it and press backspace. As simple as that. You can select a few at once and delete them and just bring them back, Control Z or Command Z. Now to change the color of a ruler or a guide, go to Edit, Preferences, or on a Mac will be under Illustrator, Preferences, and Guides and Grids. Just don't pay attention to this, we'll learn about the grids in another time. So this is about guides. You can change the color to magenta or any other color. If your artboard would be in a magenta color or in a cyan color or any of those colors, you can, and then you obviously wouldn't see those rulers, you can change it to any other color you'd want to. You can do it green for fun. Then style, you can change lines or dots. I don't recommend you choose dots because it's not very visible, so I'll stick with lines and then just press OK. Let me just change them back, it doesn't look too good. Magenta, there you go. Notice your guides are actually like any regular shape almost to all things. You can't add a stroke or a fill, and there are a few stuff you can't do with them, but you could duplicate them holding down Alt or Option. Sorry, you have to click first, then hold down Alt or Option and leave go wherever, then you'll duplicate it. Also, you can choose to transform it, transform and rotate, and you can choose preview and just rotate it by either putting in the number you want or pressing the arrow keys up or down, or otherwise you can just hold this and just choose wherever you want to. So let's put it like there. Okay, and then you'll get that line to be a diagonal line. Let's just see some of the options. Under view, you've got rulers. You can choose hide rulers, change to artboard rulers, show rulers. We've gone through all of those. I just want to show you another cool thing on this other document we've got here. So say I pull out a guide here and there. Now when I click on this artboard, you'll see my guides still appear, and it could be quite annoying. Even if I change this to artboard, I go to view, rulers, change to artboard rulers, you'll still see this guide here on this artboard, even though I'm put those guides on this artboard. And that could be quite annoying because I mean I'm working on this thing and I don't want these guides, I want to have different guides on this artboard, and I don't want them to have anything to do with this artboard. So there is another option, which is selecting them all and pressing backspace to delete. There is another option. You can use the artboard tool that's over there. Select the artboard you want to place your guides on it, say this one, and then pull out a guide. So now the guide will only go on that artboard. You can put it out there and wherever I want. And then you go back to your selection tool, then you'll see the guides only appear on your desired artboard. That's just an extra tip to know of. Now let's go back to our work. Okay, let's delete all these stuff. And now let's speak a bit about margins. In the last lesson we spoke about a bleed. Bleed is if the printer makes a mistake and cuts a bit too much beyond the page so that it wouldn't look bad, you're leaving it that extra rim, a bit of space, so that the printer can make a mistake. Now there's also guides, and guides is the opposite. If the printer cuts a bit too close, then you're also leaving it some room for mistake and allowing it to look fine within that border. Let's see how it works. So you can pull out a ruler from there and just place it where you think it's good, and another ruler down to there, and another one over there. That's one way of doing it. Obviously you have to make sure these measurements are equal, which they're not, but and you would want to write only in this area, which is your safe area, safe zone, for two reasons. Firstly, you're allowing the printer to make a mistake in this area, that if it will cut on this area you wouldn't have like missing writing or missing part of your image, etc. Also, you never write too close to the edge, or never put any design element, any object, any icon or logo or anything, never put it right too close to the edge, because it doesn't look good at all, and it makes the guy seeing it feel agitated, if you can say it that way. You would always want to leave some space to make it look, that looks a lot better than that. Or if you want only to show partially the logo or the design, then you can put the whole thing out completely, so you're leaving only like half of it inside. So you never do it just on the edge, it makes it look bad. You either put the whole thing completely in or just a bit of it out. So that's why you would want to do margins as well, just for your own sake, that you know where you can go up until in your artboard. Now we'll learn another way to do these rulers to make it look better. Just delete them, take a square and make it over the whole artboard, and now you can bring this in by holding out so it extends from the middle, and then you get to where you want it to be and you leave go there. That can do the trick. If you want to get it a lot more accurate, you can, let's just bring this back, you can go to object, path, offset path, and then choose, I'm just using the arrow keys up and down, then choose like -5 say millimeters and press OK. We'll learn why it's better to use this object path. We'll learn about that in another lesson. Sorry, let's just give this a stroke so we can see it. It actually doesn't make a difference because I'm turning it into a guide. And delete this external board, so you've got only this internal one. Then select it and you can press Ctrl or Command 5, or otherwise you see that turned it into a guide. So that's your own guide you created. Otherwise you can go to View, Guides, and press Make Guides. That will just turn it into a guide. To release it, just press Release Guide and you'll get back your old shape. I'm just doing Control Command Z. The reason why you would want to have these guides as a guide and not as a regular shape is that it doesn't get printed, so you won't have to worry about all of that being visible on your picture or your document. Now you can obviously make a guide in any shape you want. You can choose a star and make a guide in that shape. I'm just pressing Ctrl Command 5 and you've got a guide in this star shape. So you can use a guide to make it into any shape possible. You can use also a pen tool and just draw your own custom shape, and you'll get a guide to be that way as well. When you press Control or Command 5, then that will turn into a guide. You can also turn any shape into a guide by right clicking on it and make guide. You can choose that. Obviously, to release it, if you want this shape to come back to the regular shape, then you can press Release Guide either there or otherwise View and Guides, Release Guide. So that's now back to a regular shape and you can give it any fill you like. Let's delete all this stuff. So once you're happy with your guide, and say I put out a few more rulers, and I don't want to mistakenly select these stuff, so I'm working with these shapes and my logo and who knows what. So if I want to keep it in place, then you can lock all your guides either by going to View, Guides, Lock Guides. That will lock all the guides, or if I want to lock only one specific guide, let's say these guides I'll still be moving around, but this one I want to lock it, so you can press Control or Command 2. Then number 2, that will lock it. As you can see, I can't select it anymore. To release it, you press Control Alt 2 or Command Option 2. That will release that one. So that's only for a specific guide. Otherwise, in the property panel, you can always press Lock Guides there, that icon. Or this is to hide guides. So if I want to temporarily turn all the guides off, so I can just turn it off there. Or otherwise, View, Rulers, sorry, not Rulers, Guides. Hide guides. If I want to erase all the guides, to erase them completely, you can press Clear Guides. That will erase all the guides completely. You can also always go to your Layers panel, and there you should have all your guides. As you can see, it says guides there, and you can toggle the visibility of them there. You can also always create a new layer and put in all your guides into that layer, and then you can name that layer guides, and you can lock all the guides from there, or unlock them, or view them, etc. Just makes life simple at times. The last thing I want to show you is just to snap to point. You can choose under View, Snap to Point, and now whenever you're using a square or any shape, actually you can snap it a lot easier to the guide, so it actually takes those guides into account. You can also press that button under the properties panel. There's snap to point, you can toggle it on or off. You can also turn any ruler into a shape like we showed before. I'll just demonstrate that. Guides and release guides, that will turn that into a shape. Let's just clear all this. I'll show you one last tip, and that is you can turn text into guides. So that's a very cool thing. So say I've got a text which I don't want to print, and I want it just as a note or for any other designer or for myself or whatever. So you just have to expand it, otherwise it wouldn't work because it's still live text. Go to expand, and then you go to views, guides, make guides, and you'll have all your text as a guide which wouldn't be printed. You could do that as well. Okay guys, so that's as far as this video goes. I hope you enjoyed it. If you gained anything, please give it a like and subscribe, and leave any tips or comments in the comments below. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.